Hello, Europe will have a new law on nature restoration, and in the next 3 minutes I will explain it to you with items I have here in my office. I'm a biology professor. That means I love plants and animals. But many plant and animal species have got rare and some have been lost. But how can this be reversed? In some cases it is simple. The eagle owl, this one here was painted by my wife, was almost extinct from Germany. But when hunting stopped and a few specimens were released, the population started to rise again. Today, even in the ugly city of Essen where I live, I hear an eagle owl almost every night. For other species it is more difficult. The damselfly needs clean rivers, this beetle needs dead wood. Often these habitats have been removed and the species can't live there anymore. To bring them back, their habitats need to be restored. It is the target of the new law to restore 20% of the degraded habitats in Europe. But what is restoration? For example, rewetting of peatlands, or the removal of dams in rivers, or the installation of flowering strips in agricultural land. All these naturally benefit plant and animal species. So, is it a law just for nerds like me, who collect beetles and who watch birds? No, it is a law that is important for all citizens in Europe, especially for those who use land and water, for example farmers and fishermen. If peatlands are rewetted, water is stored in the landscape, and that's important for farmers in times of drought. If flowering strips are established, insects benefit, and they are important as pollinators. And if floodplains are connected, the flood risk is reduced. We scientists overwhelmingly agree that the nature restoration law is a good idea. Already last year, 6,000 scientists signed an open letter supporting the nature restoration law. In the journal Science, we just analyzed the options of the nature restoration law to be successful. In fact, the options are bright. The law is relatively simple, it is straightforward to be implemented, and in contrast to many other European Union regulations, it does not demand for additional bureaucracy. The countries have a lot of freedom how and where to restore. Recently, the European Parliament agreed to the nature restoration law. Now, just the environmental ministers need to agree. Next week.